Hi, it's Tina. So I'm back, and I think this is going to be my last video for the day. I had the day off today, so I was able to get a little bit done. I wanted to make the banana bread again in the breakfast maker, and this time I'm just going to show whether or not I use some of these extra ingredients. So we're going to go through it. I've got the recipe down here on my phone, so you can watch what I'm doing. The first ingredients, so these have been in my fridge. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to store them up. This is what I did. So when I get ripe bananas, and they go ripe really fast here in Montana for some reason, so I just store them in the fridge till I'm ready to use them. And of course they turn dark brown to black, and that's great because they just get sweeter from there, because I certainly would not eat it like this. No way. I don't eat it if it has any brown on it, because that just is disgusting to me. I can't do it. So I'm going to put in 3 bananas. So the recipe calls for 1, but I'm going to actually triple the recipe. And just use all of the bananas up that I have. So it's super easy. Goes pretty quick. All the peel off the banana. Okay. And basically, you just put in all the ingredients at once to mix them all together. So I was storing what I had, my bananas in, and oh my gosh, I love it. The Vatsables right now that are on sale come in this color. Oh my gosh, who wouldn't want that? That's the 12 cup size, and it comes in the 4-pack that goes down to the 42 cup size. Great size right there. So the next thing I need to do is add my eggs. It's 1 egg per batch, but remember I'm tripling the batch, so I'm going to put in 3. Then 3 tablespoons of sour cream. So remember, tripling it. Triple. So I'm going to put in 9. So I'm going to take me a minute. But it's going to make it so moist. Love it. So I'm sure you could use this recipe with either, like I'm going to do the breakfast maker because I'm going to make individual batches, or you could put it in that pasta maker like I just made a whole cake in. So that's 4. This is 5. So this is just a nice amount. Say if there's like 2 of you, this is just a nice amount. It's not too much that some of it's going to spoil. You know, it's not even going to have time to go bad. You could make a batch of this every day. Every day you can make a batch. And it would be good. I can imagine putting in here blueberries. That would be good. And have banana blueberry bread. I have some blueberries down there in my Fridge Smart. Maybe I'll pull some of those out. I think this is 9. I might have lost track somewhere through it because I'm talking. So there's that. The next thing to go in is going to be, it says a 1/4 cup of milk, so 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm probably right in your way. There's 3/4 of a cup of milk. Maybe I should put this over here where you can see it better. You know, I could have done that from the beginning, but oh no. So then I need 1/2 cup of flour. So again, it's going to be 1.5 cups of flour. And then 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Which, if I'm thinking correctly, is going to be a full cup. So that's a 1/2 cup measure. So there we go. And then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And it says like a pinch of salt. There we go. So now I just need to mix it all up. Let me see if I got a big spoon or something. I don't know where those eggs are, but I can feel the banana. There's an egg. See if I can get that mashed in there. So just mashing up the banana is the thing, and I probably should have done it beforehand. But I personally don't mind coming across big chunks of banana, although I know some of my friends probably right now are gagging. But I like it. And this will be good for me because anything that's extra I can always put in the freezer. And then just pull it out if I want one. I'm up here working all weekend, so it'll get eaten. I'll take it into work and have something to munch on because I typically don't eat breakfast before I go into work. Oh, there's some mighty big chunks of banana. I gotta get them pounded down a little bit. I wonder if I have a masher of some sort, some kind of masher that I can just get those bigger chunks. It's going. I don't need those that big. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but it might be a little misleading to me when I go to see if it's done, if I poke through a piece of big banana, because the banana's always going to be moist. So that could be the issue there that I'm thinking. So I just wanted to mash it up a little. That should be good. Yummy, yummy. I'm going to put these things away really quick. them out of my way. All right, so we've got the breakfast maker. Ta-da! So what I will do, I'll get these out of the way too, because I don't need those. Look there. So in the bottom of the breakfast maker, I can do this two ways. I can either put all the extra goodies that I want in the bottom of the breakfast maker and then cover that up with the banana bread. Or I could put the banana bread in first and then put the extra stuff on the top. I don't think either way is going to matter. There's not a right or a wrong way. If I had wanted to make the entire thing with nuts, I could have mixed it into the mix. But I want to make different batches and try different things. So this one, I'm going to put in some of these chopped walnuts. So that's a fair amount of walnuts. I've just covered the bottom in like a single layer. Let me put a few more. Because I like walnuts. And then I want to put my mix in just on top of it. And I'm just going to eyeball it until I think it's got a decent amount in there. Set this off to the side. So I've just eyeballed it, I put it in there. So now what I could do if I wanted to, and I'm going to try and see how this works, I'm just going to maybe mix it around to see if those nuts can get mixed in, so that they're kind of everywhere. I don't know if they will still sink to the bottom or not, but we'll do that and we will see. Okay, so I'm going to put it in for 5 minutes. And I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm back. I checked it, and I put it in for another 2 minutes. So, let's see. It smells delicious. If only this were like Willy Wonka land and you could have the smell-o-vision. Gosh, it just smells so good. Okay, so there's the banana bread. And remember, this one has the walnuts in it. I'm going to see if I can scoop it out onto a plate, maybe. Let me do this. Let's see what it did. Perfect. So there is the banana bread with the walnuts in it. Looks delicious. Smells incredible. It's always going to be a little moist because there's lots of big, thick chunks of banana, which some people are going to hate, but it doesn't matter because it's mine. So there's that one. Set that one out of the way. My container just needs a quick wipe down. So just right around the edges. And I'll get this edge too. And that's it. And I can go on to making another batch. So I had said that I have some fruit in the fridge, in my fridge mate. So I have some blueberries, some raspberries, and some blackberries in there. They look wonderful. So I'm going to put those. I'm just going to mix them all in. I got a pretty good batch going there, and I'm thinking because these are moist, it may work out, it may not. I don't know, Margot. You ever watch Christmas Vacation? I don't know, Margot. She's like, why is the floor all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. We say that a lot at our house. Okay. So I'm just going to leave those in there like that. I'm going to cover it up. And I'm going to start this one off at 6 minutes because it's pretty full and pretty juicy. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, so it's been in for 6 minutes. I'm going to check it and see. Sure, it's getting pretty hot because I've used it like non-stop. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Might have to go back in. I don't know. It is very hot. And I was worried because it was already a really moist bread. And then I was adding a lot of moisture with the fruit. So I don't think it's quite done yet. I feel like it's a little blonde still. I mean, I can poke the knife in and I get nothing back on it. But I just feel like it could use maybe a touch more time. I think it's done. But I'm going to put it back in for another 30 to 40 seconds. Just because I want to. Get some steamy water out of there. But it is done. So it's just a matter of maybe getting a little more color on there. I'll do 40. And then I'm going to put my little bit of fruit away. And then this one has cooled off nicely. Let's give it a taste. So you can see, I just cut a piece off, and you can see the all the walnuts in there. It's like a crazy amount. I like it, but I like walnuts in it. My kid would never eat it. This is one way for sure to make sure that it's mine and not his, because he won't touch it. And you can tell when things are getting done because they pull away from the edge of the container. And like I said, this was done before. I just wanted it to maybe darken up a little bit. Let's see. This is hot. And you can see my container came out clean. And so this is why I wanted to give it a little more time, because those fruits in there are very moist. And then all this dark right here, that's banana. So this is like a super, super moist one. Man, it smells good. Because I put raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries because that was what was in my fridge smart. So it's kind of like a dump bread. So the other one that I wanted to try, just gonna wipe it down a little bit, remember, because that's all it needs. That's just steamy water. The other mixture that I thought might be good in here, and I don't know how great it's gonna be because these are really big chunks of things. It's got dried cranberries, roasted cashews, almonds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds. So I'm gonna just pour some in the bottom. Doesn't look like I got any pumpkin seeds in there. Let's see if I can find some. Just so that I can have a few in there. So those are the green ones. There's a couple. See? It's going to fall over. So you can see that I have covered the bottom of it. And this will be another one that I'm going to pour the mixture in. And then I'll mix it up a little bit so that it's not all at the bottom. That looks good. And like I said, I'm just eyeballing it. And then I'm gonna just mix things around a little bit so that they're not directly on the bottom. Because I kind of want them all through the bread. I'll put the lid on. The last one I did for 6 minutes because it had the juicy fruits in there. So this one I'm going to do for 5 minutes and we'll see whether it needs more time. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so it went off. That was 5 minutes. And remember, I never know till it's done. If it's done. You know what I mean? It might need more time. A little steamy hot. I feel like this one's going to need just a little bit more time. Because you can, I don't know if you can see that it is pulling away from the edge. But I would like to get just a little darker in color. I mean, the knife comes out clean. So I just wanted to get a little darker. I'm going to put it in for 1 more minute. And I'm telling you, this breakfast maker is so useful. There are so many things that you can make in it. I mean, I've just touched the tip of the iceberg on it. And all you have to do is maybe use your imagination a little bit on what else you can make in it. I'm telling you, everybody needs one. Everybody needs one. It's so easy to use. And remember, in my bowl, I made 3 batches worth. And 3 batches worth of that bread fit into the 12 cup. That's a bowl. And I did try. I did try some of the fruity one, and it's so good. I mean, the raspberries just like melt in your mouth. It's so delicious. It's a really juicy bread. And still hot. The raspberries are delicious in it. It's a little hot. Let me pull it out. And I have enough batter here. Let's see how I want to do this. Because it's getting pretty hot. There we go. And again, it comes out perfect. So you can see, this is the one that has the different nuts and raisins and a couple of pumpkin seeds in there. But I think it's just going to be fantastic. So I'm going to set that one aside to cool. And then I've got my breakfast maker, which you can see is hardly got anything at all. So I'm just going to wipe around the edge, because I just like to start fresh. And I'm going to wipe around the top edge. The top edge just has a lot of steamy water. And I'm going to put in a plain batch. So this is a lot in this batch. Holy buckets. So if I had made, if I had put different items in the bottom, I could have probably gotten 2 loaves out of it, 2 batches. So that's a pretty good sized batch. I'm going to put it in for 6 minutes straight off the bat. My bowl has just drippings left, so I feel really good about that. I used everything that I had. So there's a loaf. This loaf right here, I had taken 1 bite out of it, and then I just cut it into some decent sized pieces. So that is 4 loaves that I got out of 3 batches of the banana bread. I mean, by doing that, you could be set up for breakfast all week, or snacks, or what have you. I just think it's fantastic. I mean, I wish I had known about this years ago, because I just love it. Just love it. And I think everybody will love it. There's so many options you can make with it. Like I said, these little cups were meant to poach eggs, but what I found was that my eggs were almost hard-boiled. So you could easily hard-boil some eggs. Like if you wanted to have a salad, just an individual salad, you could hard-boil a couple of eggs, and you could put that into your salad. I know I like to have hard-boiled eggs in my salad. How easy was that? And I didn't have to sit over the stove and watch it. Like right now, I could be doing whatever I want. I could be eating that cake over there that's still there. Look at that cake. Who doesn't love an orange cake? I mean, it's fantastic. I just love it. It tastes delicious. Nutritious and delicious, tastes just like chicken. That's what Batty would say from Fern Gully. Alright, so that's still got almost 4 minutes to go. So I'm going to pause this for a minute and I will come back on when it's done. Okay, so it's getting ready to go off. So I'm going to check it. Remember, it was in there for 6 minutes this time. Okay. And we'll see if it needs to go back in for a touch. I don't know. You can see that it's coming away from the edges nicely. I always feel like it could use a little bit more color. I mean, it looks good, but I'm gonna put it in for just a little bit longer. So maybe I'll do like 45. Okay, so then I cut up a little bit of the banana bread with all of the nuts and the cranberries. And it's very good. And you can see there's big chunks of nuts, because I didn't chop them up. It's got such a different flavor from the cashew. It's good though. Set this. Woo, a little hot. Hotty, hotty. Pot holder underneath it. And again. Holy moly. So this one is straight up banana bread. Nothing else added to it. You can see that the dark section right there is just a wad of banana. It's just a big mushy bunch of banana. So we're done. So I'm really, really pleased. And so all of this was done way less than 30 minutes. Yeah. Because even if they all went for 6 minutes, that would be 24 minutes, and it didn't take that many minutes to mix it. I think only one batch went longer than 6 minutes, roughly. So we've probably got 30 minutes worth of time into this, and I've got breakfast for days. So I'm glad if you stuck around this long. I'm really glad that you stayed around to watch. So you have a great day, and make sure you get one of these from your Tupperware provider.